Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Bruce Lee Ultimates Bruce Lee the Warrior figure from Super7. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure looks, well, better than I expected, and I know that sounds a little harsh, but when these figures were originally revealed, I wasn't really totally drawn in. In fact, I did not get them until I saw that this Wave 1 was on sale through Big Bad Toy Store, in which case I was like, okay, cool. After having watched a review of this particular figure, I was like, okay, actually that looks pretty cool. So I picked it up, and yeah, it definitely just like, you know, I don't think the promo pictures did it too much justice, but you know, the features are definitely softened, kind of like a Jazzwares figure. So it's definitely not a spot on likeness, but it is pretty good. It definitely reads as Bruce. The proportions are a little strange, but not as bad as they could be. I think they actually did a pretty good job with the pants. I mean, once you articulate it, you kind of start seeing, you know, the seams and kind of the Super 7-ness of the engineering. But other than that, like, I'll move this up a little bit. But other than that, like, I think they did a decent job. Not too much to speak of in terms of paint. There is, I think, a little bit of a wash going on here on the body, just to bring out some of the muscles, which is kind of cool. Then obviously the face is painted with those features, pretty much just what's needed, pardon me. So the eyes, the eyebrows, the hair. Hair doesn't really have anything going on beyond the sculpt and the paint. There's no wash or anything. And then the pants are just black. The shoes are just black. Then we get some gray socks going on down here. Thought they did a good sculpt here though, with the shoes and the pants. You know, the wrinkles look nice and natural. So yeah, definitely a decent looking figure, and even if not a spot on likeness, you know, still pretty cool. When it comes to accessories, we get a ton, so let's not waste any time and jump right in. So we get some fists right out of the box. Then we get a pair of standard gripping hands. Then we get two separate hands. So we get a left kind of two middle fingers down with the, you know, outer ones extended, and then we get a right hand with the, you know, index and middle finger pointed. Then we get a couple of relaxed hands. Then we get a couple of open palm hands. Then we get a couple of grappling / grasping hands. And then another couple of grips, this time with one that looks a little more standard with the pinky kind of semi-extended, and then another one with the index finger extended as well as the pinky. So that's all the hands. Then we get three separate head sculpts. So as we saw in that first section, we do get our neutral kind of stoic face. Then we get glancing to the right. And finally, we get the cool down face. And as you can see, the paint not completely aligned here now that I'm really looking at it, which is a little sad. It's not crazy, but it's because I'm picking it apart right now. So there is that. Then we get some apparel. So as we saw in the intro, we do get a tank top that fits perfectly on the figure. I am very, very impressed by this. Super stretchy as well, so it's pretty easy to get on and off. Though there's definitely some kind of stress marks here and there, kind of around the seams, because it's not finished, obviously, because it's a tank top. So definitely be careful with that. But overall, very well done. Then we do get a jacket. And this is beautifully done. I really like this with the pockets sewn in, very nice shade of black as well. And as you can see, the sleeves are rolled up. And it does close, but you've got to close it like an actual jacket of this nature. So I would recommend getting some tweezers, very fine tweezers or something like that, to pull these through the loops, because these are stretchy, but I can see that being super annoying. I have not tried it yet. I've seen other reviewers mention that. So yeah, worth keeping in mind. So if you want the jacket on and closed, that's going to be some work. Then finally, we get some weapons. So of course we get nunchucks, and we get one pair that's all plastic with the kind of like an action pose, so like it's being thrown out, or the one end of it is being thrown towards an enemy. We get just kind of our U-shape nunchucks. Then we get two nunchucks with actual chain in the middle. Very, very nice touch, and again, just black ends on those. And then finally, we get a bow staff. just in kind of a very dark wood grain sort of color with some wood grain texture going on there. So that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are really nice, if not a little limited in spots, but as we can see, freestanding kicks, this took no time to get into, so very good balance and very nice like flat base for the feet. Then for some of the other stuff, we are on a barbell joint from the neck into the head, and not crazy up, but we do get up, we do get a little bit of down, we get some side to side, we get rotation of course. We are hinge and swivel here at the shoulders, so we're coming up almost into a Y, actually pretty much into a Y. Then we get some bicep swivel, we get single jointed elbows, which unfortunately only bring us to 90. We do get some rotation there as well. Our hands are all hinge and swivel, all horizontal, unfortunately, no vertical hinges whatsoever. Then we get to the diaphragm and we have a ball joint here, and new for Super 7, as far as I'm aware, we get a ball joint, or a smaller ball joint here at the waist. So we do get some okay crunch forward, certainly more than I was thinking we were gonna get, and some nice arch back. And then we get some side to side. As you can see, it does get a little gappy up in there, and you can see the joint a little bit, so there's that. We get rotation from the waist as well, come down to the hips. And if we just go straight out, we're not getting anywhere. That's like not great. But if you turn the hips slightly, all of a sudden it comes out. So you can get your splits, Van Damme style kicks here. So there is that. And obviously because of that, you get thigh swivel right here. So again, it doesn't look the best, but it definitely functions. So there's that. We do have single jointed knees. So we get 90 degrees there. We do get rotation, so not in and out, but just more of a round. Then we also get rotation here at the ankle, so right under the pant cuff. And then we get some really nice point, not really any forward, and some actually really generous rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with SH Figure Arts. My articulated icons, Kit Bash, Fei Long from Jada Toys, and Shang-Chi from Marvel Legends. With some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Bruce Lee Ultimates, Bruce Lee the Warrior figure from Super 7 is that this is definitely a solid figure. I'm more impressed than I thought I would be. And again, I'm trying not to be harsh. I'm just kind of saying like I wasn't impressed with a lot of the kind of promo photos and stuff like that. But, you know, seeing it on sale, all of a sudden that kind of got me to look at a couple of other reviews of it. And that totally sold me on it. And, you know, I gotta say, I'm definitely happy with it. It's not a perfect figure. It's not the best Bruce Lee figure, but it's definitely very, very solid, and I'm happy I have it. Certainly on sale. So I think if you are a Bruce Lee fan and you see it for a good price, like absolutely pick this up. Other than that, it might be a very, very easy pass. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, overall, it is available from various online resources. So I'll have a link or two in the description below for you to pick it up if you are interested. That being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining, and if so, hope to see you back, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back, let's escape the world for a while, look at some very nice plastic, and ultimately, I just hope you're well, hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.